Bingo. There it is. Good day, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. It's Dan with Retirees Delivers, and we have reached the end of a interesting week, and a week that I don't ever want to see us go through again, but it felt familiar. I had something else I was going to be discussing today that I was going to make the entire video about. However, this other thing just kind of crept up. It's kind of in the news cycle, and what that was the threatened dock strike on the East Coast. Anybody who watches my channel, you know that I'm in northern Arizona. However, the supply chain issues affect us all the way out here, even if you're talking about the Atlantic seaboard and all the way around to the Gulf of Mexico. The dock workers on the East Coast actually went on strike, and people were panic shopping, panic ordering. I'm going to put a number up here. And that number is about double what I normally shoot for, what my normal income goal is in a week. But that's what I made in the same amount of time. I maybe worked a little bit longer because those orders were out there. But I'm telling you, I was tired at the end of this week. I don't want to see another case of water in a long time. Everybody was running out of cases of bottled water. Toilet paper, paper towels, those kind of things. Sound familiar? Yeah. Rewind the tape and go back to COVID. It seemed like it was going to be COVID all over again as far as what it did to grocery delivery and even food delivery. Food delivery was completely out of control during COVID. And I don't think a lot of people got the memo that just a couple of days into that dock worker strike on the East Coast, the current presidential administration enacted Taft-Hartley, which is an act that puts a nationwide strike like that into a cooling off period for 3 months. So if it doesn't get completely renegotiated, their contract, what they're asking for sometime in the middle of January, it could rear its ugly head again. Let's hope that doesn't happen. In a recent video, I discussed the fact that the SparkDriver platform was planning to add a 4-digit code that customers would need to give you when you were dropping off a grocery order. A one-time passcode will be available to complete certain deliveries. The customer will confirm the code when you drop off the order. At that time, I surmised, geez, that sounds just like what they do with Uber Eats. Orders have more to do with the customer than the driver. So a little more than a week ago, and just before the dock worker strike, I was delivering a grocery order to a frequent flyer customer of mine who always wants to receive the order and sign for it, because she's had problems with drivers in the past, which it's okay. I like meeting the customers. I like chatting them up and helping them in any way I can. You know, a little human contact goes a long way. So this time I'm pulling up and I hit arrive, and that's when it tells me this customer's going to have to give you the 4-digit customer code before you can release the groceries. So since I have an ongoing relationship with this customer, I just went ahead and texted her, said, hey, this time they're wanting a 4-digit code. Just I wanted you to be ready for that, and I'll see you at the door, and we'll work that out. So I do get all her groceries to the door. It was a really good order. It was very few items. I don't even think it was 10 items, and it all fit in one of my good size cooler bags. So as soon as I get there, she's actually standing outside her door, and she gives me that code. And we start having a conversation as I'm, handing her and her grandkids these bags of groceries. And she mentions to me during our chat, I don't always get you. You're not always the one who delivers my groceries, but I like it when you are the one. But a lot of these people where I need the signature, they just fake a signature, dump the groceries, and leave. They don't ever knock on the door, make contact with me or nothing. I just see this random signature that comes over on my phone. And then she said, and I report every one of those drivers because they're not following the drop-off conditions that I set. And I'm going into the Walmart app and I'm giving them a bad score for that. I'm rating them 1 star for that. I said, And I thought to myself, bingo, there it is. This 4-digit code is keeping the driver honest. It has nothing to do with the customer. It's not a bad customer. They're checking you. They're checking you out. And I've only had one order where I've had to come up with the 4-digit code. I've had several where I've had the signature, but only one where I've had the 4-digit code. And it was the customer that always wants the signature and calls and complains when somebody drops it off and they don't collect the signature at the door. So everybody out there ought to think about that. And, I talk a lot about deactivation, staying active on the platform. This might be a way that you can get yourself deactivated, because now they are keeping track of you, making sure that you have that contact with the customer and that you've had that level of communication and we're able to provide that 4-digit code. And I'm going to tell you this, in my conversation with this customer, I just asked her, hey, listen, does the 4-digit code, did it mean anything to you? Was it like the last 4 digits of your phone number, for instance, because I've had a lot of customers who told me that their 4-digit code with Uber is simply the last 4 digits of their telephone number. She says, no, this number was completely random. So watch that. If it wants a 4-digit code or if it wants a signature from whatever customer, make sure you are getting that customer to sign your phone. Don't you just do it and drop it off. The only way I would leave it is if I've knocked on the door, I've rang the doorbell, I got no response, I tried to text him, I tried to call him, and I got nowhere with it. Okay, so that way, at least you're leaving yourself a digital paper trail that you tried all these things. And I think what I would do in customer signature, I think I would say not available to sign, left at door. Last thing I want to do is load that stuff back in my car and take it back to the store. That's the last thing I want to do. I hope y'all got something out of this video. For the love of everything holy, stay active on the platform. If you've got a delivery order and you need a signature, stay there and do it. Get your signature. Thank that customer. Have a smile on your face. Be helpful. Be customer service worthy out there. Don't be the guy that just, I'm just going to sign this and dump it and leave and make no effort at all to make contact with the customer. Do the right thing for the right reasons out there, and I will see you all on the next one.